What is going on? I'm zmot. We are here on the sneak peek. You can tell it's the sneak peek because the winter mode is not here for whatever reason. Winter not come yet to the dev build. You can also tell by the million diamonds in the top right hand corner and the fact that the Warships season is blurred out down there in the bottom right corner. Now, if this video helps you or entertains or helps you waste some of your precious weekend, please do consider throwing zmot, that is ZMOT or ZMOT. Z actually rhymes a little bit better, I do suppose. Anyways, we are here peek on these. These are not lasertrons. They might look like lasertrons, but they are not. Now I'm going to start out with a sad sound that you might recognize. That is right. These new vehicles, these new prototypes are getting 10 out of 10 on the sad trombone scale for me. I am not excited about these. These are looking forward to, which says a lot. And I've actually completed a slideshow to show you why I'm not excited. So do stick around if slideshows are something that excite you. There's even graphs. Check this out. So we've got Zertron graph. Look at that. As they go from level 13, which you get at Armory level 14, all the way up to level 26, the graph goes up and it's magical and they get more and more damage. Look at that measly little damage, staying down about an eighth of where the lasertrons are. Let's get that warship's blur off of there so you can see the image in all of its gorgeousness. Next up, we go with beam length. And as you can see, as you upgrade the cryotank, they get 0.1 more range per level. That is 0.1 cells, whereas the lasertrons just sit there at 8.1. Long beams and magical and amazing and great. And then we move one more. This is the big kicker, especially for people with level 24 landing crafts. Look at this, 18 to launch one cryotank. And if you're like me, you have instant training and you've got enough room for two of them. So that is 36 GBE for those of you who struggle with some. When we go into an attack, let's go over here as I'm very careful with that warship's blur. Let's have a look here. We're going to attack an enemy base, the most generically named NPC in the history of enemy. 36 GBE. I can only drop two of them, and then I only have 13 GBE left over. So I'm not sure if this was a typo or a mistake or on purpose, but these things are like lasertrons. As my computer glitches out, sorry about that. Hopefully it doesn't look too terrible for you guys there. They look exactly the same as cryotanks. They've even got the little laser thing on the very point of them. That drives me insane. Just please put a little bit of work into, even if it just changed like the orange at the tip to be blue, it would have been fantastic. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be totally crapping on prototype troops like this or not. They look cool when you're looking at them on the bottom left corner where I've got my banner there that's moving around and probably annoying you guys. They look cool down there, but we don't have enough GBE to drop any more of these. So expensive. So where they're going to work, I don't really know. Honestly, I'm going to be using Cryoneers instead. If you're a low-level player who has lots of GBE statues, maybe you mix one or two in with your rifle medics and pretend like you have like RCZM. But what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna switch back to my other screen here, and we're gonna have a look at my statues here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 damage statues, which is a lot, by the way, in case you couldn't never figure that out. We're going to boost all of our GBE because we're going to need a lot of GBE. And then let's have a look at my friendly challenge friendly challenge. Let's get a friendly challenge rockin' and just like that, we've got a friendly challenge up here. Let's have a quick scout just so that we can see what the heck we're looking at. Gonna get rid of that warship's blur in a second. Back here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue statues and a bunch of green statues. Now, people ask me why I have those green statues there. what the heck else are you going to do with them on the dev build? The dev build is not something is worth playing. It's just here for sneak peeks. So just for attacking. That is the only reason why this is here. Let's get into our attack. We're going to bring the warships blur. We're going to get rid of that. And that's because season 18, you just can't know what it's all about. I don't know a couple details that I can't divulge right now. And as you can see here, none of the ice is boosted. We're going to bring Bullet in here, and then we're going to drop as many cryotanks as we can, which happens to be 6, which is only 3 boats worth. We'd likely be better off if we brought some other supporting troops, but this is a sneak peek, and for sneak peeks, you don't need no darn supporting troops. So as you can see right there, we are doing not a lot. The duper long. Bullet is not doing super duper. I mean, Bullet's the only thing doing anything at this point, and he is getting shot in the face because unlike the Shockeneers, there's not enough of them, so we can't shock everyone down. Now, they do slow things down to 50% normal speed, and that lasts for, I believe it's 5 seconds. Don't quote me on that. But as you can see here, not a lot of goodness happening all on their own. I'm not saying you can't mix them in, but they are very, very expensive. The fact they're 36 GBE all by themselves really, really restricts what the heck they can be used for. So figured rather than try to sugarcoat it in some and just let you guys know, temper some expectations. I don't see a lot of good things for these. Lasertron, if a lot of you were thinking they'd be just like Lasertrons, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, hey, Lasertrons, but with... And it's kind of like that, but worse, sadly. So we managed to destroy 6 buildings, and that is it. I'm pretty sure if we just use Bullet and Bullet dropping cryo bombs, we would be able to destroy more than that. And look at this, our cryo tank is trying to get rid of that mortar. And mortar versus cryo tank, when you lose versus a mortar, that is not a terrible. We are going to retreat because we don't have any gunboat energy left. This is probably my saddest sneak peek in the history of sneak peeks. You know what? Let's go full boost. What the heck? We've got a bajillion powder, or I think quadrillion is actually a real number, whereas bajillion is just for video games. Let's keep boosting these things up. Let's see what we can do with full boost. This is full 11 statue boost. Crab statues and tank related stuff. You know what? Let's get rid of some of these. Let's throw some tanks in here. And first of all, let's look at the cryotank details. Slow and steady. The cryotank is a massive tank that freezes and dealing moderate damage. Each cryotank requires extra energy to land ashore. You can say that again. Prototroops are unlocked, blah, blah, blah. Beam extension 22. You know what? Let's quickly pause. We'll update these things to the absolute max. Okay, we've now absolutely maxed our cryotanks, because what's the point of using lower level cryotanks if you can use cryotanks? Now, the beam extension says it's 25 compared to 22. I call shenanigans? There's a Simpsons term here. Someone's going to fill me in the comments, but I've totally forgotten what it is. It's not shenanigans. It's... Anyways, we are going to switch up these cryo tanks. We're going to bring some regular tanks in. Now, regular tanks on their own do some good stuff, so maybe, just maybe, there are some troop combos out there that people are going to say, hey, I used cryo tanks and they were fantastic. That could very well be the case, but I am skeptical. I mean, right now, you know what? Let's throw 1 boat of Cryoneers in. Let's throw 2 boats of Cryoneers in just to see who is more useful. And Cosmic to do some sort of troop Olympics using Cryoneers versus cryo tanks, because I feel like that is right up your alley. Let's get in here. Let's do that friendly challenge one more time. We're going to attack of the blur. Look how careful I've got to be. My goodness. So we're going to go something like this. Bullet, Cryoneer, Cryoneer, Cryo tank. And then we're just going to drop all the rest of this stuff in here and see. Look how much, simply by not using 8 boats of these things. So suddenly things are getting better. Obviously, we're getting a whole bunch more damage by our tanks. Now, Cryoneers, obviously, they're going to go up front and they're going to get shot. one advantage that cryotanks have is they're going to stay at the back and they're going to hang out and they are not going to get shot in the face nearly as often as cryotanks are. I feel like this is a bad demo on my part because we can't see what the heck the focus in on them. They're doing some good things over on that left-hand side and the right-hand side for that matter. Our pink zombie cryoneers also doing good stuff, shooting I think more frequently than the cryotanks. It looks like now that all of our cryoneers are dead. Actually, we got one left way over there just hanging out by herself, but fairly I figured this was obvious, but cryotanks on their own not a great example of. Yes, there's going to be someone out there that says I did all 7 stages of imitation game using just cryotanks, and all the power to you, but I am not going to be in that group of people because these troops don't excite me much, and this is a strange sneak peek for me. Typically, even with the engineers, there was some use for them. Sure, they could have been stronger and better and all that sort of stuff, and apparently they have tweaked the engineers. I'm looking forward to seeing the new ones. Cryotanks. These cryotanks right in here. They look like Lasertrons. They've got the Lasertron beam at the end. Really, really, really would like some graphical love for Boom Beach. The new prototypes, bringing them in is fantastic. Exactly the same, not awesome. Next up, they just don't have the damage or the range. So, and they cost 3 times as much GBE. So, not a big win for me. Anyways, that is. I did not bring you guys down with my dose of reality and lack of sugarcoating. Anyways, as always, I am zmot. Thank you for coming in. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions about the free. Do let me know what you put on. You remember those? You ever had those snow cones? What's your favorite color flavor on top of that? Staying in the ice related topic. Anyways, thanks for coming in. Peace.